Hello friend! Welcome back to another video with your man Gentleman, and today we're gonna talk about The Creator. It's been a while since I did a review, but this movie is one that I need to come back and do a review on. Well, I'm glad I'm back after a long hiatus. There goes my plan to be consistent this year, but hey, I'm still here, so let's go again. This time I have a teleprompter, just here only, so it's gonna help me out a little. Let me know if it's a bit weird, then I'll just adjust the setting a little bit. So, The Creator is written and directed by Gareth Edwards. He was the director for Rogue One, which, in my opinion, the best Star Wars movie in recent years. 2014 movie Godzilla as well, which apart from a few negatives, it was a solid monster movie. I really like his direction and style, and the way he portrayed in terms of scale, and it continues on into this movie. He took like, a 7 years hiatus just to develop this movie, and it's an original film, not like other films nowadays where it's a sequel or a reboot, or it's adapted from some other material. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, yeah, I could get behind this movie, although it wasn't like a good trailer, but it still manages to catch my attention. But only until recently I kind of forgot it was coming out, until I saw an ad and reviews started coming out, so I had to go and see it. So what is this movie about? It sets in a world where AI was so advanced that we are able to copy the human brain and put it into robots to do our mundane jobs. Then war started, between the humans and AI when suddenly US was nuked. So the US was against this AI, and there is this new Asia which consists all of the Asian countries are pro-AI. AI then, sort of developed a secret weapon that could end the war, but we have our main protagonist, played by John David Washington, goes with a team to infiltrate the AI base to kill the creator, but what they found was a secret weapon which happens to be a child, played by Madeline Valls. I might be pronouncing her name wrong, but she goes by the name Madeline. So the movie's real question is, will you kill a kid to save the world? And you follow John David Washington as on his journey, choosing which sides to be on when he slowly figures out what this child would actually mean to the war and to the world. So how was it? To me, this is one of the best films of the year, and that's high praise, seeing that there are many great films that came out this year. Like soon after the movie was done, I told my friend, hey, I really enjoyed this movie, it hits home because it's like my kind of movie, I was just paying attention throughout the whole film and really getting sucked into this world and the characters. I was just so overwhelmed and tired after that. So let's talk about the positives first. This movie looks amazing. The cinematographers was Greg Fraser and Oren Soffer. So Greg Fraser did movies like Dune and Batman, so if you like those kind of movies, this follows generally that kind of style. I think you all would have heard by now that this movie was just made with an $80 million budget, as opposed to Marvel or even sci-fi movies in general that's from a known material. It would actually cost easily around $150 to $300 million, and with that budget, $80 million, this movie was able to create stunning visuals that made it look like as if it was a $300 million movie budget. One thing I heard about this production was that they didn't build any set or shoot in a stage. They traveled to actual locations around Asia to film with a small crew and shoot with this new Sony FX3 and it's an affordable camera like you and I can get it, it's not like those cinema camera like ARRI or RED. How is that possible? And you can tell, like when Marvel or Star Wars shows nowadays, you can kind of tell that they are in a stage because they can't really move around much. But this movie, it feels very spacious, and there's what I mentioned before, in terms of scale, that Gareth Edwards is really good at doing. I like the world that they built, the special effects in this movie is so well done. Apparently they already cut everything and locked down the film before sending it to the VFX artists to work on the effects. That's such a smart way of doing it, rather than make so many changes to the story while halfway doing the effects. It then slows the production down, and costs a lot more money because of all the revisions that you're gonna do. Soundtrack was done by Hans Zimmer. It was very inviting and it pulls you into the movie even more. The acting was very well done. John David Washington was the lead, and he is good as the lead, but the standout was the child. It was Madeline's first movie, and her performance was like as if she was already in many movies before this, but she's not. You know, Gemma Chan, Ken Watanabe is in this movie. All of them had great performances here. Alison Jenney as the villain was great as well. This movie lets you know her perspective as well. It's like she just treats these robots as machines, like it's just an on-off switch for them. But it also begs the question, like, what does it really mean then to be human? But the movie doesn't preach it to you, which I really appreciate. So the script was well written in that sense. Now on to the negatives. I think watching this movie you would, pick up like bits and parts of where this movie borrows from other movies, like in terms of the ideas or style. It can overshadow this movie a bit. The other one was the emotional bits of this story that is lacking as well. I feel that they could explore more on the relationships, explore more on the world, or just giving it more time to soak into the emotional scenes. The action is quite a lot too, so if this movie could find that balance or even put more emphasis on the emotional elements, to the story, this movie could be much greater. Although this movie shows a lot of themes and ideas, but sometimes it could be overwhelming as well. Not in a sense of it being preachy, but trying to cover too many grounds that dilutes the main theme for this story. But that's about it. Overall, I really like this film and I'm eager to go and watch it again. I'm a sci-fi fan, so whenever movies like Blade Runner, Ad Astra, Dune or Arrival comes, I would always make it to watch it in the biggest screen possible. I just love the themes and ideas it brings forward, and plus this is an original film and it's a really solid film. So I really hope you all would take this weekend to go and catch this movie if you can. It's really worth a watch and I fully recommend it. That is all for me today. Do let me know what's your favorite sci-fi movie in the comment section below. Do leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.